Hi, my name is DelmarshaeWalker. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a great day today. What I want to talk about is the direction that we're going in as far as a country. It was two videos I've seen several videos, but it's two in particular that made me want to make this particular video. One is where they were showing a McDonald's that they're pushing out there to kind of see how it's going to work. There's no employees. You can't even see in the back to see who's actually making your food. So I don't know if they have robots back there making the food, or they have actual employees, actual people back there making the food. But walking in there, you see no one. And then there's also a bank, Bank of America. They're kind of trying the same thing, where you go into the bank, there's no employees there either. And this brings me back to conversations I used to have with my mom. And this was like during when COVID kind of came out and everything like that. And you would see how rude, like you still could, they wanted everyone on lockdown, but you could still go out in stores to shop and different things like that, for food or essential items. And a lot of times you would see on there where the individual would be so rude to the employees because, even if you didn't like the idea of wearing a mask and they're telling you, hey, this is part of our store policy, wear a mask, they would just go off on these people, curse them out. And then even before that, you would see a lot of instances where these people would get mad at the employee. They might order something. They say, oh, we no longer have that, in stock. They sold out. They would get mad, take out their anger and frustration on that individual who has no control over that. And then a lot of times when you would see all this breakdown between a customer and a customer service person, whether it was at McDonald's or KFC, Popeyes, fast food restaurant, a lot of times you would hear people write in the comments saying, oh, if they don't, they shouldn't work at McDonald's, they should do this or do that. No matter where you work at, you should never be disrespected. If this is your place of employment and you're doing your job and you're not disrespecting the customer has no right to disrespect you. But a lot of times they have that mentality because they feel like the customers are always right. I could talk to you any kind of way I want to, and you can't do anything about it. And that is the most disrespectful thing that you can do to an individual, is get them at their place of employment and just belittle them, thinking that, okay, they're not going to retaliate because they are at work, so I can do them any type of way. So when you look at situations like that, then you look at the situation, because I stand firmly on what I said as far as the Wuhan virus, where it came from and why it was put out, and that it was done on purpose. I stand behind that. Right or wrong, I stand behind that. And then you see where they want to have everyone on lockdown. And they wanted to roll out where the only way you could get food is if you order it. Whether it was pickup, you order your food, you come to the store, you pick it up, they give it to you. Or if it was order and delivery, you stay at home, they bring it to you, sit in front of your door, and that was it. That's what they wanted. One of the things they noticed is that when that happened, there was less driving, so there was less gas being used. There was less emission in the air of gases. And also, you could see that the skies, the air and all that started clearing up because of not having these vehicles on the road. Because you have to understand, like I always say, one thing might look one way, and that this is the issue or this is the problem, but everything that's going on is connected. That's what I say, and that's what I have always said. It's all connected. It's not individual pieces, or it may be individual pieces, but there is a bigger puzzle, which is the broader picture. You see how they're talking about climate control, how, it's too hot where it should be cold, it's too cold where it should be hot, where it should be raining is drought, where it should be drought is rain. Everything is going crazy, and they're trying to fix that. Then they're talking about food shortage, not having enough food, as far as meat, as far as vegetables and everything like that to feed the masses of, you know, to feed everyone. So they're trying to come up with different things like that. They're pushing out, you know, like this vegan meat and everything like that to try to get you to get away from eating cattle or, you know, actual meat, to turn this way and start eating processed vegan meat. They're doing all that trying to control the environment that is not going to be sustainable for years to come. So, like I said, if you stay at home, that takes care of emission. Then with these AIs, these fast food restaurants, you're not dealing with people. They're getting you ready, like with the lockdown. A lot of people, they was truly on lockdown. Florida was a different story. I know with me personally, it was a different story. I was never on lockdown. But a lot of people stayed in their houses. They did not go out. They did not interact with people. So now they're trying to bring that to the masses. Everything, like I was telling my mom in the past, everything they do is also to collect data. So they can look at, if we do this, this, and this, what are the results? And is it worth pushing it out on a larger scale? So when they seen that a lot of people, because like in the South, our mindsets are kind of different. Because there's a lot of people in the South that do not trust the government. They're not taking any type of V or anything like that because they already know the government trying to kill them and they don't trust them. That's their mentality in the South. Then you see a lot of people that stay in the mountains. They don't trust the government. That's why they all the way up there in the mountain with nobody surrounding them but woods, because they don't trust the government. Like I said, that's just the mentality of the South. We've seen things that I guess y'all didn't see up in the North. So we really don't trust the government, and they too nosy and all that good stuff. So that's the mentality. So a lot of people are going to give them pushback. But then there's some Americans that no matter what the government tell them, they're trusting the government, they're going to listen to the government, and they're going to do what the government wants them to do. So when they look at data, they're seeing it was more people running to get the V. They were seeing that it was more people that stayed inside their homes. They're looking at this data and they say, okay, we can start pushing this other stuff out slowly. We can push this out where, you know, we don't have these employees going to the store. So that's, if these people are not going to that McDonald's to work, that's less people on the streets driving. That's less people that needs cars. That's less people that need gas. If they're not going to the bank, because, you know, you can basically do banking on your phone. You could take a picture, if you got a check, take a picture of the check, or you're getting direct deposit, or you're doing all this other stuff where you really don't need to go in the bank and talk to someone unless you're trying to get a loan or something like that. And so you physically need to go into the bank, or if you have any other issue, then you physically need to go in the bank and deal with that. And like I said, with this situation, the bank, if you go inside this particular bank and you need to talk to someone, you're going to be doing it virtually. And so I'm going to go ahead and share those videos with you. I'm also going to share a video that I did back in 2021, and then I'm going to share those other two videos with you. Everything that's going on now need to stop. Everything that's going on now need to just turn around. Because you see, they're trying to invent robots that can think for themselves. Think about what, if they do get that going, you know, robots and reproduce. So if you can get a robot that can think and reproduce, what do they need you for? Like I said, they want to keep you at home, scared, drugged up, and they want to put the robots out there. So therefore, they won't need you to work. They won't need you to be nurses. They won't need you to be doctors. So when the human beings are no longer needed, then what? What are they planning on doing with us? You know, the only people they're going to keep around are scientists that's willing to deal with their agendas, and as well as people that's technical, logical, you know, tech to deal with the robots. But if the robots can do all this that humans can do, if robots can look like humans, reproduce, think for themselves, there's no point of having humans around. Y'all just more of a liability than an asset. So just kind of like really think about what's going on. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, that's great. Robots, you know, we can interact with AIs. Oh, that's a lovely thing. Lovely things in the evil hand is evil. I don't care what it is. So just kind of, I'm laughing, but at the same time, I'm not. It's just so amazing that this world, what is really going on in this world. And people just need to, like I said, just stop sleepwalking. Just open your eyes and look and see what's going on. But that's all I had to say. Just, peace.
Hola amigos, the way we make McDonald's may be changing forever. You can now order on the app, pull into a curbside pickup lane, go through the drive-thru, or order ahead and go through the order ahead lane to be served by conveyor belt. When you pull up, they'll ask you for your code, and in no time your food arrives. I gotta say it worked pretty well, but of course I did unbuckle and reach over to grab my food. Now if you go inside, you'll see that it's like no other McDonald's you've been to before. There's one kiosk to order your food. Other than that, you can go up front and pick up there. There's bathrooms, but it's designed for you to go in and out.
I just had the most bizarre experience at this Bank of America, so I decided when I left I was going to make a video really quick. Has anybody else seen something like this? Okay, and you get in here, and it's completely, like, no one's in here. And it has these two little rooms saying, come in to video chat.
So as you can see, if this situation is successful, because I've seen one where they had trucks, you know, four-wheelers, I'm sorry, 18-wheelers or 16-wheeler trucks that usually deliver, and you have a truck driver driving it. I seen a video where they had two trucks that were self-driving trucks, and I seen other things, you know, that dealt with AIs. So you can kind of see the direction that they're going in. If these two places are successful, they're going to roll out more. And just like it was, I forgot the name of the grocery store, but this grocery store, you know, you do your cart, you go around the grocery store and you scan stuff as you're putting it in the buggy. And by the time you finish shopping, you just keep going. There's no like checkout because everything was checked and paid for as you was shopping, going through the store. I think it was Whole Foods or something like that. I might be mistaken by the name. But, you know, it's a grocery store that's like that. So they're testing out all these things where they don't need employees. A lot of stores you go in now is self-checkout. So they've been going in this direction. So all y'all people who's getting mad at customer service, now who you going to argue with? Now who you going to reason with? At least when you had an individual there and you might say, hey, you know, I have a problem with this. Or, hey, can I, you know, you ordered something, then you thought about something else you wanted to order. Will that be a problem if you're dealing with a machine? You know, are they going to, how is that going to work? Because you don't have anyone to say, hey, can I get an extra ketchup? Can I get this? Can I get that? There's no one there. There's no packages of condiments laying around. Whatever is in that bag is in that bag, and you just got to get it and go. There's no, let me discuss this with you. It's none of that. So, like I said, for all y'all people who think it's bad dealing with people, which we're not designed to do. God said man can't live, you know, man can't live alone. Man is not good by itself. I forgot exactly the quote. But we need each other. We need people. We need that interaction. We need that physical touch. Because if you don't realize, when they had everyone on lockdown, a lot of people broke down mentally because they needed to be in an environment where they could talk to someone. And they didn't have anyone to talk to. They was locked in their house and they broke down. So what are you going to do when there's nowhere to go? When everything is done by AI, they're either delivering the food to you, or when you go get there, you can't even see a smiling face saying, hey, how you doing today? May I take your order? There's no one saying, hey, I'm glad to see you. How's your daughter doing? How's your auntie doing? If you've been banking at the same bank for a long time, some of the tellers knew their customers, where they would ask them these type of questions. Oh, it's your birthday today. Happy birthday. You're not going to get any of that. And a lot of people are going to have mental problems. So what they're going to have you at home taking medication. And then you're going to be speaking to a doctor over the phone, the computer, or whatever the case may be. So be careful what you ask for. This stuff, being around AI isn't the greatest. And then they're watching you and everything like that. So that's basically all I want to say. It's a lot more I want to say, but I'm not. But I'm just going to leave it there. Hope everyone have a great day. Peace.